We must bear in one another through meekness, loving kindness, and all the fruits of the Spirit. You know, we tend to have a friend, or we tend to have a family member. But how far are we willing to go for them? You know, there's so many times where we're afraid of what people will think of us. We're so worried about sticking to this image that we have created for ourselves that we completely forget who and why God has gave us the purpose that He has gave us since the beginning of time, before we were even formed in our mother's womb. Knew the plans, knew the prosperity that we would build with one another. It says in Scripture to love and bear one another. But we're not willing to make those sacrifices. We're not willing to come out that comfort zone. We're not willing to try that thing that God has always spoke to you to do, because you don't want to lose what you have created. Us humans, you know, especially me, when we get so fixated on something, you know, for me, it's a game. I used to be so stuck into playing this game all the time. But what it did was it completely hindered me from reaching out to my friends who needed help. It completely hindered me from when a family member needed help. Because I created this image, not only that, but my time and my devotion towards this game. And if I don't continue to play this game, I won't be happy. If I don't finish this lap, I won't be happy. And so, a lot of these things that we create an image out of and we idolize in our lives hinder us a lot from loving one another, bearing one another's problems, because we are only stuck in self-satisfaction. Now you might be telling me, well, Lucas, I do call my friend every now and then, or I call him every day and I talk to him and we hang out, you know, we go have lunch together, I pay for his food, I drive him around in my car, I do all these things to show my love and support through my friends. How can you say that I haven't been doing what you're preaching? It says in Scripture that many people will come to the kingdom of heaven and saying, Lord, Lord, I have done these mighty works. I have served. I have given to the poor. I have done everything in your name. Jesus says, away from me, you lawless workers of iniquity. What does he mean by this? He means that, yes, they were doing these actions as a work for God, but their heart wasn't truly in it for Jesus. So let me ask you, brother and sister, when you do these things that you claim that you're doing, are you doing it for an image? Are you doing it for self-satisfactory? Their satisfactory? Jesus calls us to love one another, to bear one another, not through the worldly things, but through me, Jesus Christ. When's the last time you and your brother and sister have read the Bible? When is the last time you and your family member have went to church? Are you so stuck in this time loop? Are you so stuck in yourself that you forgot the meaning of why God says to love and to bear one another? Yes, to be there for them, to love them, to care for them, but in so much as to leading them towards Jesus Christ. Everything we do must be centered of Jesus Christ. We cannot allow the world to bring our minds to captivity of worldly things. Our flesh is a worldly thing. And so we have to be careful on how we use our hands, how we use our legs, our feet, our eyes, our ears, our tongue. God says if it's not benefiting the kingdom, cast it out or cut it off. It don't actually mean cut your hand off. A lot of people get that misconception in Matthew 5:40, and I think it's hilarious. And I'm not gonna lie to you, I'll make another video on that. It means to cut off what you're doing sinning. Like if your hand's causing you to sin, cut that sin off. And so we have to be mindful on how we use our parts to benefit people. You know, is it benefiting them to lead them towards Jesus Christ? That's the question I'm going to lead y'all with. Is what you're doing when you bear with one another, you show that love and that kindness and support for one another, is all the things you're doing, are you pointing it and pointing them that you're able to do these things because of Jesus Christ? I love y'all and have a blessed day.